there are people who will go to the Sacrament of Reconciliation and they've been holding on to a particular sin, and they hear those words that they are forgiven. And they acknowledge that they believe that God is merciful, but yet they still feel that the burden is still on them in some way, that they haven't fully been restored or healed. And so sometimes people will be tempted to confess the same sin over and over and over again. And you may, as a priest, remind them that the Lord has forgiven you and you don't need to keep holding on to this thing. Answering the question as to why people feel this way really depends on the person. And answering that question takes a lot of work and personal prayer and reflection, and saying, hey, do I allow myself to trust in God? Or do I think that God thinks like me? Because oftentimes we can be more judgmental on ourselves or on others than God is. We see that throughout the whole gospel. When Jesus says that we should forgive a countless number of times, everybody is just confused. Like, really? Limitless? How about like 3 times? 7 times. Come on. 7's a lot. But anything more than that, now you're just getting absurd. Now we feel like people are gaming the system, right? Or they're just abusing our generosity. And we can feel the same way about ourselves. I keep doing the same thing over and over again. How could God really forgive me? And that's because we don't forgive ourselves. And we give up. And we feel, I'm always going to be this way. And so really, that feeling that we have after reconciliation, if we're still holding on to something, it shows that we still have some work to do. It doesn't necessarily, just because you feel a way, doesn't mean that God feels that way about you. But it certainly means that we might need to do some long-term work on how we look at ourselves and how we look at our relationship with God and with other people, and to reinstilling that sense of hope that, just because I'm in a place now doesn't mean that that's where I have to be for the rest of my life. And so if you're feeling that way, and you feel that even though you've gone to reconciliation, you've heard the words that you're forgiven, but you don't feel that sin is forgiven, and you feel that way, take that to a priest or a spiritual director or somebody that you trust, and begin to work that out. It'll take time, but you don't want to stay where you are right now, do you? And so reach out to somebody who can help you and walk with you on that journey.